Good evening to Philippines, Greek Cypriots, and members of the Hellenic diaspora the world over. I'm Heracles Diamanteris, and I welcome you to this week's edition of the National Herald's Happenings of the Week. Let's take a look at some of the week's top stories as reported by our newsroom. President Joe Biden will honor Father Alexander Carlutzos with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the United States' highest civilian honor. The award will be presented at the White House on July 7th, 2022. Father Alexander, known to all Greeks and non-Greeks alike as Father Alex, is the second Greek American to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The other honoree was the late Archbishop Iakovos, which was awarded by then President Jimmy Carter. Along with Father Alex, 17 more individuals will receive the Medal of Freedom. Some names on that list are Steve Jobs, posthumously, John McCain, posthumously, Denzel Washington, and former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords. Axios, Father Alex. Too late to do anything about it now. Turkey ambushing Greece with a new tourism campaign. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said his government would still fight European Union approval of the term Turkaegean that's being used by Turkey during a time when the countries are quarreling over sovereignty of the sea between them and trying to lure more tourists to offset the effects of the lingering COVID-19 pandemic. At a NATO meeting in Madrid, where Turkey was on the table, now legally called Turkey, the name not widely in use, Mitsotakis said, "We have a legal arsenal at our disposal to correct what has happened, which concerns the country's tourist image and which concerns our tourism product." The embarrassing event saw Turkey get approval from the European Union's Intellectual Property Office in December 2021, blindsiding an unaware Greek government which just now found out about it. Hopefully this wrong is corrected soon. While scores of thousands of Greeks fled the country during a near decade-long economic and austerity crisis, seeking jobs and a better life in other countries, a relative handful are coming back, along with foreign investors drawn by low taxes. While Greeks can pay up to 45% of their income in taxes, the New Democracy government plan to lure the rich by giving them tax breaks has seen 75 move to the country, said Kathimerini, along with 1,232 who left Greece. The paper said that was due to a favorable tax regime introduced in 2019 for foreigners who make Greece their tax status country. Finance Ministry data showing 335 foreign pensioners have also made the country their homes. Minister Christos Saikoura said, "Taxation is an extremely useful tool for achieving growth and investment goals, in addition to securing public revenues." Greece, moving forward with a plan, vision, and confidence. He said the country has strongly recovered from the health crisis and is growing and is open to attracting investment and human capital, although it's struggling to recoup losses during the lingering COVID-19 pandemic. After accusing Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of wanting to take control of the islands entirely, where Turkish Cypriots occupy now the northern third, Cypriot President Nikos Anastasiadis briefly met with him at the Madrid NATO meeting and said he was ready to resume reunification talks with the island. It was a brief encounter on the sidelines of the event, but at least Anastasiadis had his ear. Erdogan refusing to talk to Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis, although Greece, along with Turkey and the United Kingdom, is a guarantor of the security for the island. The Cyprus news agency said that Anastasiadis told Erdogan he's willing to try yet again to bring the island together under the auspices of the United Nations, which has a peacekeeping force there. But Erdogan and Turkish Cypriot hardliner Ersin Tatar have ruled that out, demanding the United Nations recognize the occupied territory that was seized by two unlawful 1974 Turkish invasions. We await developments that will impact Cyprus and its future, and we wish our fellow Cypriots all the best. I'm joined by TNH Assistant Executive Editor Eleni Sakeli, who will talk to us about Consul General of Greece in New York, Dr. Konstantinos Koutras, and a farewell reception in his honor.
The farewell reception honoring outgoing Consul General of Greece in New York, Dr. Konstantinos Koutras, took place on June 20th at the Archdiocesan Cathedral of the Holy Trinity's Chiotis Hall in Manhattan. Members of the Hellenic American community and the professional organizations shared their best wishes and their heartfelt appreciation for Koutras and his remarkable efforts during his tenure, which comes to a close on August 20th. Greetings were shared from the participating organizations and friends, including the Hellenic American Chamber of Commerce, Hellenic Medical Society of New York, Hellenic Lawyers Association, AHEPA, the Hellenic American Association for Professionals in Finance, the National Hellenic Society, the Hellenic American Cultural Foundation, EMCA, the Cyprus U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Pan Gregorian of America, and Leadership 100. Nancy Papaioannou, Atlantic Bank President and Hellenic American Chamber of Commerce Advisory Board Co-Chair, served as Master of Ceremonies for the event. His Eminence Archbishop Elpidoforos of America gave the invocation, and the opening remarks were delivered by Ambassador of Greece to the United States, Alexandra Papadopoulou, and Permanent Representative of Greece to the United Nations, Maria Theophili, who both shared personal recollections of their friend and colleague. Dr. Koutras, in his remarks, thanked all those present and highlighted the achievements of his time in New York, noting the dedication and contributions of all his colleagues. He then asked the attendees to embrace his successor as they had embraced him and give him time to settle into his position. Koutras also pledged that his relationship with the Hellenic American community will never change.
And now to my colleague Stephanie Makri, who will tell us about the findings of the latest excavations and a dive into ancient Greece's past. Stephanie?
Treasure under the sea was discovered on the Greek island of Antikythera on a Roman-era cargo ship considered the world's richest ancient shipwreck. Discovered 120 years ago, it yielded reserves such as statues, jewelry, and human remains over several expeditions. Scientists were fascinated by the mystery of the shipwreck, setting up an ongoing underwater archaeological project that most recently uncovered a large marble head of Hercules, believed to be part of the missing statue which was found hundreds of years ago.
These have been the happenings of the week by the National Herald, Ethnikos Kirikas. Thank you so very much for watching. See you next week for a brand new episode. Until then, take care.